And it looks like we are live. And I'm running around doing a few last minute things, as I often am. Should be used to that now. I'm sure people are used to my foolishness. Just topping up my drink. It's almost tempted to not start with a fruit juice. I'll just get straight into some booze. And I was like, yeah, it's Wednesday night. Calm the fuck down, buddy. Sometimes I'll cut loose a bit on Thursday night, but of course, traditionally, this is tradition, something that's been happening for a couple of months. In these weird times, that's a tradition, been doing it for a couple of months. Traditionally, Friday night's party night. Nobody, greetings and salutations, and good evening to you, musical aviator. On this fine hump day, for those of us who work Monday to Friday, scooting down to the second half of the week now, which is cool. It's good. It's excellent. So that's right. I was playing a silly game on the phone, one of those sort of tap repeatedly to make things happen games. Can I make it do anything before I switch off? Actually, I maybe can. So I'm going to be slightly distracted for a few minutes. Wait, what was that? Oh, that's okay. This is tap, 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 tap. No, wait, that's fucking bullshit. Ah, okay. So much for that bullshit. All right. That's it. I'm going to bed. Right. Concentrating on you fine people. Music over. This week you are Tuesday to Saturday. Then a one-day weekend back to Monday to Friday. But you do have Monday off. Yeah, swings and roundabouts. Swings and roundabouts. So the morrow is your hump day. Now, I'll tell you what. I don't know if we're going to see AIDzee, but he'll be real sad if he misses Bisexual Celebration Day. So I'm going to do my best to get him. Like I said, a couple of days when I wasn't streaming, he kept messaging me going, "Oh, he's streaming," and I wasn't. And last night I didn't hear from him at all, and I haven't heard from him at all today. So I'll bug him a little because he'll be really sad if he misses celebratory live stream. Just speaking of sarcasm, nobody, me getting slightly distracted in a live stream, so it isn't so. Yeah, I'm just going to text AIDzee. Where is he on the list? Oh, that's right. Send you our live stream link. And we'll see if we hear from him. We shall see. We shall see. But yeah, I was getting a few things in order before coming. Hey, remember the oleosaccharum I was making last night? My whole citrus peeling thing. Well, that worked. Nobody like the AIDzee Angry Duo? Yeah, yep. He's a lot of fun to have around. It's a classic raconteur, well suited to the live format. So we'll see if I hear from him because I tried to wake him up with a text then, something I often don't do. Ooh, ding. So he's awake. Typo, don't want to kiss that. So he said he's going to join us. Could be any time in the next 2 hours. But I just reminded him it's Bisexuality Celebration Day. You don't want to miss that. Good evening, Stella. Hello, hello, hello. So I got inspired to make some more drinks. I think I know what I'm going to make on Friday night now. No, I think he's excited now that I mentioned it was Bisexuality Celebration Day. No, he doesn't want to miss that. So yeah, I was just watching a live stream that I always watch, and he's talking about a style of drink that they call aperitiki. This is being talked about on the Punch Drink website as well. And so it's tiki. Most people are familiar with the concept of tiki, that all the tropical drinks with the rum and the fruit juices, and the bars are often decorated in gauche parodies of Polynesian culture, which is, fairly dodgy thing to do, quite honestly. Hey, Strictly Sega. An aperitivo is the Italian sort of bitter drinks. You have them before a meal, or it's your first drink, the aperitivo. You have it before a meal. It's to excite your palate, to excite your appetite. And there's a lot of the bitter Italian drinks come under the umbrella of aperitivo. So aperitiki pairs the two. Some of the flavors of the aperitivo cocktails and some of the flavors of the tiki or tropical cocktails. And goddamn, he made the drink sound good. So I think Friday night, when I make videos for next week's cocktail offerings, I think I'm going to do an aperitiki theme, make some different aperitiki cocktails. So unless there is a significant event next week, let's look on the weird National Day sites. September National Day. So we go on the National Day calendar site. What's happening next week? The end of September. So a week from today is National Love People Day, Chewing Gum Day, Mudpack Day, Hot Mulled Cider Day. I actually like hot mulled cider. Coffee Day, Beer Day, Strawberry Cream Pie Day. That's Monday. Crush a Can Day. God, some of these things are fucking hilarious. They're so weird. These so-called national days are weird as hell. So that's the National Day calendar. National Today, that's the other one. What do they say is happening next week? Yes, Love People Day, Podcast Day. That's a bit sad. Starbucks Day. Oh, that's horse shit. Huge fucking cool. Oh, Rabies Day. I think that goes well with Starbucks Day, quite honestly. Oh, it's Yom Kippur this weekend. Yeah. But what is it? I also want to know, is there anything notable on the first couple days of October? Fuck off. Fucking websites, honestly. October. Coffee Day, Old People Day, Mid-Autumn Festival. It's not mid-autumn, not mid-spring here. Okay. Black Dog Day. Goodness. Fire Pup Day. October 1st is fucking busy. Hair Day. Homemade Cookie Day. Vegetarian Day. International Day of Non-Violence. Well, good luck with that. Custodian Day. Name Your Car Day. Walk and Bike to School Day. Sukkot. Oh, that's another Jewish holiday. You're packing them in around this time of year. Smile Day. Mean Girls Day. Boyfriend Day. Kevin Day. Poetry Day. Oh, there's a Vodka Day coming up in a couple weeks. There you go. Could look into that. Oh, I did see that musical aviator. Today's NBN news. Turns out Labor was right all along. The LNP saying, after, more than half a decade of us fucking around and destroying NBN, we've suddenly accepted the fact that it's an economic necessity. Fucking idiots. Hey, Invisible Chicken. Ooh, last assignment's due on October 1st. Hope you're going well with that. So, okay, what does the other site say about October? Calendar at a glance. Yeah, that's what I want. August, September, October. Days in October. Okay, so because these two sites are slightly different, but a big crossover. Black Dog Day, Hair Day, Pup Day, Homemade Cookie Day, Produce Misting Day. What the fuck? Custodial Workers Day, Name Your Car Day, Pride Scallop Day, Body Language Day, Techies Day, Boyfriend Day, Cinnamon Bun Day, Taco Day, Vodka Day. Wait, what day of the week is October? Well, that's not the calendar. Show me a calendar, goddammit. October 4th is a Sunday. Right, so I'm not seeing anything really significant next week, so I think I'll make it a Peratiki Day. Oh, Invisible Chicken. You're not feeling good about the assignments. That sucks. It's stressful enough, even when you do well. If you think they're not going well, well, it's just, isn't it one of those things? We unfortunately don't live in a world where a lot of the time we can go, that sucks, I'm not doing it. But yes, you go, little buddy, get going. It's just, yeah, I completely empathize, and I'm thinking, if I try and say something positive or motivational, that's just going to sound shit. But yes, hopefully you start to feel a bit better about it. Because this is what we can do. We can just hope. In my job, I don't get assignments, but of course I have tasks, and there's a time frame I have to finish them in, and I just have like wicked imposter syndrome. And when seriously, no matter how well things are going, if my boss says, I need to talk to you about something, oh, this is it, I'm fucking fired. And it's always, good or neutral. It's never bad. But I just hear, I need to talk to you about something. And I'm like, oh, dude, fuck. Oh, no. They're finally caught up with me. I've been a fraud all along. It is very, very hard to fight the imposter syndrome down. And because if it gets bad with me, I get paralysis, like action paralysis. An old song I remember from back in the day had a lyric, I can't relax because I haven't done a thing, and I can't do a thing because I can't relax. And it is, I get stuck in that cycle. I absolutely get stuck in that cycle of, I'm worried I'm not going to be able to do this in time. Oh, fuck. And instead of just plowing in, I'll spend sometimes quite an extended period not doing anything because I'm just paralyzed and going, fuck. And it's not healthy. It is not healthy. It's just how I am sometimes. Oh, Invisible Chicken, that sounds so much like me. Doesn't matter how interested you're in the topic, just go off and do other stuff. Yep. I am very poor at the focus. I got my comfy chair here. I normally just have like a kitchen chair. And I bring my comfy chair into work during the day, but it's also out there at my home computer because I like to keep home and work really separate. And I found myself moving the chair in, and I'm going, I was most of the way here and went, wait, I never bring this chair. What am I doing? And I'm like, oh, fuck it. I'm going to sit in a comfy chair tonight. Oh, Invisible Chicken. That's another good one. Not knowing when you have enough research. Fuck. Yeah. Fortunately, I'm like super opinionated. So I usually only need to find a few things to back me up and I'll just run with it. But I absolutely have that imposter syndrome coupled with action paralysis. And I seek distractions rather than facing the thing I should be doing. So you are not alone. And I can empathize with how you're feeling. So yeah, that's it, there, buddy. You don't waste time thinking and avoiding. Get straight on to procrastinating. Get that happening. Yep, get that procrastination happening straight away. Everyone's always asking me about friendly Geordies. I was flicking through YouTube today, and I saw this video, and it's someone saying how awesome friendly Geordies is, and I just found it hilarious. It's just like, dude, were you whacking off as you recorded the audio for this? Because yeah, it's a rather intense attraction you seem to have there. It was I was just like, oh yeah, okay, it's fine. You're a fan, and you feel the need to make a 20-minute video deconstructing why you're a fan and how fantastic young Jordan is. It's just like, cool, that's your thing. Do it. Yeah, that's your thing. Whatevs. Music Gravity, you have more issues doing work around the house since you've been working from home. It's like the train ride was a brain reset. In a weird way, I miss the train ride. In another way, it's my favorite thing about working from home, not having to commute. But I agree, there's a brain reset with the train ride. I could use it to read or, fuck around on my phone. And that was, depending how efficient the transport was, that was an hour or two a day that, I had to do stuff. And to get that time to do stuff, to read or stuff, that's something I'd have to force myself to do now. And I'm really bad at that. I'm good at taking advantage of circumstances. I'm less good at deliberately creating circumstances. So friendly choices must be get some people a bit upset. Oh, wow. He seems to be really reveling in the major media outlets going for him. He's like, I just hope it doesn't burn him out. Although I don't know, it's like, I don't know anything about him as a person, but I just feel like he gives a good impression of absolutely reveling in the notoriety the media outlets are giving him. But just having seen so many people on YouTube, like, oh, dude, the risk of you just burning out, just having a complete breakdown from the pressure of it is a really significant risk. So yeah, what's that? Invisible Chicken. People have been doing faux commutes to get the right mindset for work. That reminds me, they selling flights that were just a return flight to where you came from, but you're on the plane for 6 or even 10 hours, and then you're back where you started. And if you're lucky, you might get good views out the window and whatnot. And the instant they offered these things, they fucking sold out. People just wanted the sensation of leaving their house and going somewhere. And they just were on a plane, went on a big round trip and went home. I find that really interesting. Whoever came up with that at the airlines should get a fucking raise. That was really smart. You saw Friendly Geordie's wank off, oddly focused on his early days. I like Friendly when he's hammering the LMP, Koala Killer Bros. That's when he's going on about Yilmaz. Yeah, he's done less and less of the comedy stuff. He still does it occasionally, but he's mainly focused on the issues now. But I don't know. He seems happy. Good on him. But he's getting attacked from all sides. All the I notice on the Twitters a bunch of lefties ripping on him because he says, as in Friendly Geordie, says and does a lot of things that you can't see any difference from, the alt-right crowd. Notably when he's talking about feminism or issues of race. He has also praised Jordan Peterson. So there's this weird thing of like, he's got some quite Labour Party left politics. Some people saying he's Labour Party right. I'm going like, I don't know. He's like super union, super class conscious and whatnot. But some of the other things he says is like, that is a literal thing one of these right-wing wingnuts would say. But anyway, still, what kind of masochist gets on a plane for 8 hours? No, they did. Yeah, lots of people. Yeah, it's weird. That could be your FIFO trauma, fly in, fly out. Yeah. But see, most people don't have that sort of constant flying as part of their job. So for most people, flying is a novelty. Do you reckon a $500 ticket from Melbourne to Melbourne by like 12 Apostles? But that's the thing. Like some of them have gone Great Barrier Reef, and man, I'd be fucking tempted. Various bits of Australian coastline. If you had the window seat, it'd be really cool. Hey, Andrew on Facebook. So yeah, it's interesting. It's not something I'm finding an urge to do, the flights to nowhere. But they've proven so popular. Like I said, honestly, whoever came up with the idea should get a raise. That's a really clever bit of lateral thinking. And hello to Don't Trust Society, and hello to Kirsten. Now you're on the downhill slide. You're on the second half of your what are we calling it? It's not isolation. It's quarantine. Quarantine in Sydney. Got to 2 weeks, and they'll believe that you've washed all the Melbourne germs off. You're going to miss Tiger Air. Used to love jumping on for $60 to visit mum on a Friday, come back late Sunday. Yeah, it's not a thing I ever really did. I think I did fly with Tiger, but yeah. Thank you, fridge. Fucking compressor on that fridge was making so much noise. Ugh. That's the trouble with being surrounded by fridges. It's surrounded by noise. They're all quiet at the moment. Fingers crossed. Weird cultural things, though. Yeah, like we are living in really strange times. Still, you understand the Antarctica flights. You do those, but fuck flying in circles. And you did just get off a flight yesterday. It took you over an hour to recover from motion sickness. Yep, I'm not surprised that you're feeling poorly disposed towards flights then. Yeah, Invisible Chicken. I actually only heard bad things about Tiger. I think I flew them a couple times. I can't remember. I would often, like if I was just doing a trip to Sydney or whatnot, I would be getting the cheapest flight because I was like, even if the flight's really fucked, it's only for an hour. So, wow, Kirsten, you once paid $115 on Tiger to fly to WA, and it was awful. Yeah, because, oh my God, that would have been like 6 hours or something, wouldn't it? I've forgotten. How long does it take to fly to WA? I have done it once. Yeah, see, Melbourne to Sydney, it's only an hour. I mean, with the boarding and offboarding, it's an hour and a half to maybe even 2 hours if you get delayed. I feel like, I can tolerate even a shitty flight for an hour or so. 5.5 hours if the wind is right. Jesus. God, we live in a stupid country. It takes you 6 hours to get from one side of it to the other in a fucking plane. Christ, there's countries in Europe that you can walk across in that time. Okay, I'm exaggerating. Okay, there's a noise at the door. I think it's Mimsy. If she does it again, I might let her in. Stella, you've done Emirates long-haul flights. Yeah, there's the decadent side of me that thinks, if I was rich, I'd fly on one of those really fucking expensive long-haul flights and woof, be good. Oh, Kirsten, yeah, the time difference killer as well, the WA. So nobody, despite your fear of flying, lack of rationality to what I'm about to say, tempted to take a flight on Concorde if it was to return. It's really weird that like one accident grounded Concorde. It must have been so expensive to keep them flying. Good evening to you, Fox of Fate. Just reminded me I was going to really quickly check something on my telephone. That's all good. Okay, we're fine. We're fine. You think Emirates economy was good. Imagine what Top Deck was like. I think I've seen that same video, music elevator, Sam Chewy on YouTube. The guy who saved up all his frequent flyer points and was able to, fly fucking Emperor class on Emirates. And also, who else? Casey Neistat did a luxury flight on one of the airlines. I don't know which one, where you don't have a seat. You have a little fucking apartment. It's amazing. Still, I'm not sure I've seen that one in Sam's videos. Piss funny when he's drinking Milo in first class. That's funny. Oh, and you met him back in 2003, musical elevator. There you go. Okay, we all know who we're talking about. Yeah, those videos of the ultra luxury flights are something. I feel like even on the longest flight, if I was on one of those, probably even just first class, let alone those ultra class ones, I'd be doing everything in my power to stay awake, because what a fucking waste to sleep through it. As opposed to when I'm flying economy class, which is the only way I've ever actually flown, doing everything possible to sleep and miss long portions of the flight, if at all possible. So, but yeah, if I was in one of those luxury ones, I'd be doing everything in my, even if it was like 24 hours, I'd be doing everything in my power to stay awake. It's like, man, I don't want to miss a minute of this. Bring me some more free stuff. Well, it's not free stuff. You've already paid for it. But bring me the stuff that, I've essentially paid for in my ticket. Bring me more food, more drink, more fucking whatever. Strictly say you're interested in the evolution of in-flight entertainment. Come a long way from running giant projectors. Oh God, I still remember I've done international flights where there was one screen, and so it was a censored version of the film. The airline versions used to be censored, to not minimize the chance of offending anyone or upsetting the kiddies. And one where this was really bizarre was the old Mel Gibson film Payback. It's like a hard-boiled crime flick. It's really quite good. Actually, I'm not sure if I watched it again now, if I'd feel it was really dated. But for an example of how the airline version of the film will completely change it and actually make the film the opposite of what it was. There's a pivotal scene where those are the bad guys. He's a bad guy, but they're just other bad guys wanting to get information out of him. And it's this whole complex double cross, but he has to make them believe that he's giving them the real information. And and because he's a tough guy, he wouldn't give it to him straight away. And so they start smashing his toes with a hammer, which is apparently just mind-blowingly painful. And so they smash a toe and he screams and moans. He's not going to tell him. Smash another toe and he screams and moans, but he's not telling him anything. And it's either on the third or fourth toe, he breaks down and tells them what he wants them to believe is true. And they think because they've been smashing his toes, he's telling them the truth. So it's this whole thing. The airline version of it, they cut all the toes smashing. So tough guy sitting there with his foot out, bad guy lifts up a hammer and it cuts straight to, all right, I'll tell you. So it looks, instead of, he's super tough and he let them smash 3 or 4 of his toes just so they'd believe that they tortured the truth out of him. That's what the real movie was. But this one was, he was too scared to let them smash one toe and he told them stuff. And it's just like, that is just weird how much that changes the movie. Timothy, all we need is Doom and video game. What, for in-flight entertainment? A musical aviator flew Jetstar's business class once for free because you knew someone. Yeah, it's nice. Still, your mate and you were laughing asses off. Turns out a number of Asian countries that Milo is considered a health drink. So Asian Airlines serve it up in first class. There you go. That's how it was sold, as a tonic. That was the original way in the past marketing of Milo. That it was a healthy tonic. Zavi, you reckon the strangest entertainment to download an app of your device? Yes, that was a weird hybrid that is right. Yeah, but even economy class on a decent airline now gives you fucking 100 hours of choices of things to watch. But it's still, even getting the full movie, if you're in economy class, the screen's only this big and it's not the best viewing experience. But it passes the time. Somewhat, anyway. Passes the time somewhat. There are worse ways to spend your time. I'm trying to think. It's a very long time since I did an international flight. Very long time. In fact, randomly, YouTube served up to me, just doing the suggested videos. It was a video from my Less Angry Aussie channel from 8 years ago when I was actually in England, in the quaint little Cotswold village called Cullen, which is not far from Bath. It's within half an hour of Bath, I think. And it's just a video of me walking around this village that, a lot of the buildings are between 200 and 400 years old, and all those little walls made of stacked stones and stuff that I think is fascinating. Yes, Timothy, that was one of the things talking about at the top of the live stream, the LNP saying, yes, everything we've been saying about Labor's plan was wrong, is now what we're going to do. Frankie, quick saying hi on the way back to your beat. Did I manage to install the game? I haven't tried for a while. I saw you did give me a whole bunch of instructions, and I haven't actually tried since you sent those instructions, because I guess I haven't been in a gaming frame of mind. But I will try it at some point. Kirsten, you flew first class on Scoot. I don't even know what Scoot is, but you're saying it's like economy Qantas. Dang. Invisible Chicken, you watched that modern silent film because you couldn't hear the other movies properly. Well, that makes sense. Did they not have closed captioning on the other ones? Yeah, tell you about the Are you worried? COVID petri dishes? You mean international flights? Yeah, won't be doing that until we've got a clearer idea of like a vaccine or treatment for it. But yeah. Oh, there you go. Thank you, Musical Elevator. Scoot is a Singapore low-cost carrier. Still owns a bit of Tiger Airways that's in Asia. There you go. There you go. I had literally never heard of that. God, I heard funny stories when I visited Darwin years ago, because like Indonesia is closer to Darwin than the rest of Australia is, or any major Australian city anyway. And so people from Darwin will often just do like weekends in Indonesia. Fun, exotic. Also, you can get duty-free stuff on the way back. And there's such an arrangement that an Indonesian domestic airline was actually doing flights between Indonesia and Darwin because the distance was no longer than flights within Indonesia, the Indonesian archipelago. And but yeah, the locals were telling me that and this was a cheaper Indonesian carrier. And it was cheaper. It was, it'd be quite an adventure going on their flights. Frankie, pretty cool. You start half an hour earlier, get the fuck off earlier. That's nice. Get home by the time you'd normally finish. There you go. Sounds like that's working for you. Oh, yeah, Stella, the entertainment tablets are a petri dish with touching them. Yes. I get what you mean. Now that you've explained it, because I was too thick. So Musical Aviator Scoot has bright yellow 787s. Just before COVID, they were flying Sydney, Gold Coasts, Darwin, Singapore, onto other places all over Asia. There you go. Ah, yes, Charlie. Can't miss bisexual party night. Was it Celebrate Bisexuality today? Some people call it Bisexual Awareness Day. I saw the different listings for it. I thought Celebrate Bisexuality Day was a much better name for it. Is this month, because I think I saw someone post on Facebook, for some people they call the whole month, they were calling it Bisexual Visibility Month. And then they made a Dungeons and Dragons joke, which I quite liked. So it's Bisexual Visibility Month. Sorry, bisexual rogues, you get -2 on all your hiding rolls. Stealth, no, all your stealth rolls, because you're more visible this month. Gotta love Dungeons and Dragons jokes. But oh my god, it's a long time since I've played Dungeons and Dragons as well. Used to do it a lot back in uni days, and even prior to that. But it's kind of like playing Dungeons and Dragons. 90% of the time, the people play Dungeons and Dragons are exactly what you'd expect people who play Dungeons and Dragons are like. There's a few people who don't fit the mold, but yes, it is a very nerdy pastime. Signing off, Frankie. All right, buddy. See you on the weekend, maybe. Tend to miss your presence when the Angry Bunch is on. We'll see what happens. Stella, Perth Airport had a few cops with assault rifles wandering around. Not sure what they're doing with guns in a pandemic. They're going to shoot COVID. It just reminds me of people. They don't just say it about COVID. They say it about various things. They talk about, blah, 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 blah. Kills this disease in a petri dish. And as if that means this is therefore a viable therapeutic option for people. And you're saying, like, you know what else kills that disease in a petri dish? Flamethrower, a hand grenade. Nice pun, Strictly Sega. They've got the rifles to do virus shots. That would be a thing, probably. Ugh. This is okay. Of all the fucking weirdness that we're dealing with this fucking pandemic, the thing that keeps being weird to me is the whole time from the start, and it's still now, we don't know what's going to happen. We don't know if the finish line is the end of this year, is halfway through next year, or there isn't a finish line. We're never getting a vaccine. Just eventually everyone's going to fucking have the virus, and it just becomes with the people who haven't died have enough resistance to it that it's just part of the seasonal flu, because that's what's happened with other potentially deadly viruses. Well, because the influenza is potentially deadly. But the not knowing fucking does my head. You not knowing how bad it will be, not knowing what the final toll will be, not knowing if and when we'll get a vaccine, not knowing if and when life's going to get back to something approximating normal. The big unknown is the weirdest. Like, even if things were much worse than they are, but you could say, but 6 months of things being very, very tough, and then it'll all be over. Yeah, it's just weird. Nobody, you reckon that's how they'll make the numbers look better? Get cops to shoot everyone who's infected, and so then the people definitely didn't die from COVID. They died from being shot by cops. Be a thing. Sorry. Oh, that got a good laugh from me, Stella. One of the cops had the worst 70s porn stash and baby mullet. If it wasn't for the assault rifle, he wouldn't garner much respect or obedience. Maybe that's why he's carrying it, because everyone thinks he's a joke. Wow, there were cops with machine guns at the airport when you were fleeing Victoria, Kirsten. Wow, this is a new thing. I didn't know about the cops with powerful weapons. Charlie up for a little angry bunch, but not talk too much because his throat's a bit weird. We could do that. And because the lady at the Victorian border was very confused, your husband was moving with you because of your job. Oh, my fucking God. Oh, my God. People who are like that. What is that about? Oh, Jesus. Well, that's the thing we could do. We could do Angry Bunch, low-key Angry Bunch. It's not getting like super smashed like a Friday night. Just for a second, I had to really think, like, how do I do that? But I remembered how to do it. Similar to what you're saying, Kirsten, the person being confused that your husband's moving for your job, the number of times women doctors have referenced when they're with their husband, and they've been looking for Dr. and Mrs. Jones, and she says he's not a doctor. He also said, I'm a doctor. What? Just a doctor. Oh. And they're like so confused. But he's a man, and you're a lady. But you're a doctor and he's not? That doesn't make any sense. So yes, okay. So I put the link to the stream so we can have a bit of an Angry Bunch stream. And Fox Fate, hello, buddy.
Hi.
How you doing?
Yeah, pretty good.
Good. Excelente. Excelente. Yes, for a Wednesday night. I was thinking I might have a beverage, something low key. Oh God, it's not even 9 o'clock though. I gotta pace myself. I don't want to get
it's not that far away.
Hammered on a Wednesday.
You know what else is far away?
I've actually got something. Ooh, you got your Starwood. Nice.
Yes. It's sitting beside me instead of up on the alcohol shelf.
Nice.
But I'm not going to have Starwood tonight.
I'm gonna have this concoction, which is not a weird color. This one, this is one of my clarified cocktails, and it's a whole bunch of stuff together. And it was a really pretty green-blue color, and then I put it in the fridge, and the temperature drop has made something come out of solution. Possibly citrus oils, because this had like a citrus oleo in it. And so it's gone cloudy because it got cold. And I think if I let it go to, and yeah, some sort of sediments come out of solution as well. I can just say, yeah, but that hardly ever happens. This isn't the only time it's happened, but it hardly ever happens. Like the drinks usually stay the really pretty clear thing. And this was a really pretty green-blue color. So Charlie's feeding Ludo and is going to join us. And hopefully that'll calm Ludo down so Charlie's not just getting occasionally crash tackled.
Yes, hopefully.
Which is always a bit funny. But this one gets its color because it's got, among all the things that are in it, it includes absinthe and green chartreuse. It's actually the cocktails I made on the Friday night for my cocktail channel. So I make them on the stream and I drink them on the stream. But because I'm trying to get different and sexy with the video and have a little bit of slow-mo of the liquids going into the mixing glass, I have to make the cocktails twice. So I make them again on the Saturday, and here's AIDzee. Right, there you go. Come here, buddy.
Charlie, I better turn you down because you're going to upset the neighbours at this volume. Can you hear me again?
The neighbours. Yes, can hear you, buddy.
I can hear you too.
Good, then we're all good.
I've decided no teeth tonight because I'm down sexy with it, but I've had a shower, so fuck it.
Yeah, that's good. So yeah, you've all shaved and washed and looking beautiful.
I know, because it's International Day of the Bi.
Yep, bisexual party day. Yep.
Yeah, and yeah, that's me all over.
Oh, we know.
Given half a chance.
Yeah.
You're all over that. So this old Doug Anthony All-Stars joke about old diggers not liking all this queer gay stuff today. It never happened back in the trenches. If I'd have seen any of that in the trenches, I'd have been right onto it. And Stella, hello.
Would have been right up.
Stella.
Nice universe picture. Or eyeball.
Yeah, cosmic eyeball. But I can't hear you either, Stella. Clapping for chlamydia. It's your day as well. Thank you. Good morning from Down Under Thunder. Yes. We're all... who had the song Everyone's a Little Bit Gay?
I don't know.
I'm sure I heard that a couple of years ago. All right. So Stella's just going to be...
Lenny Kravitz sings the song Everyone Loves You When You Buy.
Oh, okay.
Is that true, AIDzee?
Stella's unmuted herself.
Everyone.
Can we hear you now, Stella? Are you talking to us, Stella?
But we can't hear you. It's just everyone. Oh, so okay. The first thing that's going is from Avenue Q. They had a song. Everyone's a little bit racist. Yeah, here it is. There was. It wasn't my imagination. Everyone's a little bit gay. There was definitely. Everyone's. That was a Pride musical. There you go. MC Lars. There you go. It's really funny that you put that into Google. Stella's talking, but nothing's happening. Yeah, no.
Are you using computer or a phone, Stella?
But We're just getting the hovering blue breast. See, it could be a planet, could be. I think it's like a blue alien breast with a blue nipple on it.
That would suit Stella. Wait, what?
It works for me
Okay.
either way, you know.
Yeah. No, it's pretty good.
And I love the little albumin down the bottom. Gives me a bit of, yeah, I have had a hard night out.
Yeah,
So,
that's fair.
Stella
says it's a nebula, so I don't know.
I believe it.
Yeah, close enough.
It looks like a kind of, maybe I should eat with my fucking mouth on.
Yeah.
It looks like the kind of thing that happens when a nebula cloud gets burst apart by the dying embers of a normal nova.
Ah. That's a thing that could happen, I guess. Oh, man, this drink is really tasty. It's all herbal and just slightly sharp and is really nice. It's also quite sweet. It's all the drinks. It's all the drinks I made last Friday night because it's now my thing. I've started. I planned the whole three videos for my cocktail channel. I plan them a week in advance. I shoot them all on the live stream on Friday night. But because now, if anyone's been checking out the cocktail videos, I've gone for this sexy slow-mo shot of the ingredients being poured into the mixing glass. To get that, I have to make the cocktails a second time. And so I make them a second time on the Saturday, but then, and I make them during the day, so I've got good light, and I don't necessarily want to drink 3 cocktails during the day on Saturday. So I just came up with this thing. I'm just going to whack them all in a glass and then do the whole milk clarification thing with them. So this one, this is literally a bit of everything. It's got like chartreuse and absinthe and rum and vodka and gin and a variety of fruit juices, probably some brandy, probably a bit of fucking everything in this.
So it's surprise punch.
It is a surprise punch, yeah.
College punch.
Yes, a bit of everything. Oh, here's a good question for Celebration Day. Clapping for Chlamydia asks, who's your favorite bisexual? His is King James, died. He edited some shitty holy book, brought the entire world to his knees for generations to come. We bis are quite good at doing that.
That's fair.
Yeah. I mean, I could be lame and say Freddie Mercury. He's a really obvious one. But I do really like Freddie Mercury as a performer.
Well, I don't see. I don't know.
You don't know?
I've got a few in mind.
Yeah. Hi, Charlie.
Maybe...
Hi.
I heard it was bi night. So
yeah, had to join us. Oh, and Kirsten's jumping in too. There we go. Kirsten still in isolation, quarantine. Hello.
Yes, still day
That's
7.
Okay.
I'll think of it. Who was
You're
the
gonna
first
think
James Bond?
Sean Connery.
Sean Connery.
Yeah.
Lenny Kravitz. Bloody Steve Austin. That's really not his real name though. And
you're listing a bunch of not out people.
David Bowie.
Oh yeah, actually, God, can I read Cindy? I'd probably put Bowie ahead of
I could kind of hear you mixing testing. So.
Yeah, and maybe Blondie.
Again, I think you're throwing in a bunch of.
Oh, Debbie Harry.
Is she openly bi?
Not that I know.
Pretty much. There are photographs.
Oh, Lady Gaga.
Oh,
yeah,
definitely.
Yeah, Lady Gaga's.
Yeah, Yeah.
up and in there, isn't she? Well, I should
Very,
have said that was
very.
poor choice of words. Poor choice of words.
Or
yeah.
a good choice of words. Mm. Yeah. Who else is good? Everyone is. Everyone's good. I'm just trying to think of.
Marlon Brando.
He definitely was again. He's another one. I'm not sure if he was officially out, but he definitely was bi. Everyone knew that he was. Marlon at a party, no one was safe. It was just like,
yeah,
he's a force
double
of
dapped him.
nature.
Okay, last try. Anyone hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't mean he forced himself on people.
Oh,
I just mean he was irresistible.
one of my favorites. My favorites. Marlene Dietrich.
Ah, there we go. Oh, clapping for chlamydia has thrown in James Dean. I also think you're right
Yes,
there.
true.
Yeah. Jimmy Dean,
Yeah.
the human ashtray could do it for anyone. But Marlena, I mean, she had it going on, right? Let's just put that hands down. But the Tude was, maybe it was a cultural thing of the times, you know?
Yeah.
The Tude was
Alan Cumming.
just too aloof.
Yeah.
Just too aloof.
But that was the thing.
Clapping for chlamydia said Alan Cumming. That's yes, love him.
He's a good one. Marlena was definitely the top. You know, it's just like whether you were male or female, Marlena was the top. This is. Wait, I'm missing someone. Nobody's joining us too. Hey.
Yay.
Evening.
Evening.
Nobody.
Billy Joe Armstrong from Green Day.
Oh, shit. Yeah, true. Yeah.
Kurt Cobain, that sounds right. He's another one I'm not sure was out, but it definitely sounds right.
Oh, hello.
But yeah, sorry, someone put something in private.
I'll have to turn the light on.
Justin Bieber, for example.
Definitely not out.
And definitely not bi. Just an arsehole. Just thought I'd put him in there.
Yeah, that's a fair assessment.
Not sure if he's outgrown being a total dickhead, but there was that period in his late teens where he was a fucking abomination.
Yeah, because he got famous too young.
Slowly getting there.
Yeah.
His clips are starting to change back into don't look at me, listen to the song.
Yeah. Because there was a period where he wasn't a dickhead, and then he turned into a dickhead, and he seems to have been making a conscious effort to be less.
He did the dickhead hokey pokey.
Yes, yeah, in and out, yeah.
And now he's turned around, hopefully.
That's the thing that I say about my sexuality. I've done the closet hokey pokey.
Yeah, it can be very challenging. For those who missed it, we did a video a couple of years ago now, me and AIDzee, just exploring the idea of officially coming out to your parents in your 40s.
Yeah.
Because most other people, it's teens or 20s. And so it's same but different when you're in your 40s.
I've just realized I'm not officially out to my dad.
Whoop.
Hope he's not watching the stream then.
On the internet now.
He's probably not.
Yeah.
That's one way to do
My
it.
folks didn't watch my videos until I'd come out. And then they found out that the world knew about AIDzee.
Yeah.
They didn't, but the world knew.
That's often the way, I suspect.
Fucking,
Megan
Fox.
Fox.
Where they get YouTube TV.
Yeah. Yeah. The I like also.
I love it. Clapping for chlamydia's got it all. Yeah, Megan Fox.
Mick Jagger, because that's the actual triumvirate. Mick Jagger, David Bowie, and Freddie Mercury. They all got it on together.
That's right, because there was that rumor that that Mick Jagger and David Bowie had a fling.
Oh, on the night that. On the wedding night of David Bowie and Angela Bowie, Mick Jagger joined them in the marital bed.
amazing.
Angela Bowie said it
And then
later. No one denied it.
Is that Angie served them breakfast in bed?
No, I think Freddie served them breakfast. in
Oh
bed.
yeah, Kristen Stewart. Yeah.
Yes.
I love it. Clapping for Comedia's got it all.
Yeah, it's got this, a whole roll call going on.
Got a whole list.
Is Kristen Stewart bi or gay? I was never sure.
I thought it came out. I thought it came out that Kristen Stewart was a lesbian.
Kristen Stewart, she got famous in the Twilight movies. She was the Twilight movies.
No, she's straight.
No, she's not. She absolutely she is out.
She's definitely not straight.
Tom Hardy. Now, Tom Hardy, I say yes, but I'm not. I'm not sure that he's out. But I say definitely yes. Because who'd say no to Tom Hardy? Let's get real. What? Oh, as if.
He's the puppy. Oh, he's a good
Kristen goes by queer, which means she's avoiding avoiding strict labels.
Avoiding labels. He's a puppy.
Cool. Oh, so cute. When you talk to really uptight people, I think they get with queer includes like having sex with the lights on, but
there's an insult.
We had a housemate. You go, Charlie, and I'll tell my story.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so the German language, I love it a lot, and they have some pretty unique insults. And one of my favorite German insults is Dunkelbumser, and what that means is a person who only has sex with the lights off.
Sorry, I just think Stella's going to have another go at joining. How's the audio, Stella?
Okay, can anyone hear me?
Yeah!
Yes!
Woohoo!
Mysterious Stella.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
So, Kirsten, what was your story going to be?
So we had a housemate who used to call himself queer, and he just meant strange. And we had to put him down and say, sweetheart, no, it's fine if you are, but also that's not what it means to the rest of the world. And he was like, oh.
Yes.
So he stopped doing that.
Yeah,
but this is also a man who said decade instead of 10 years.
Yeah,
I wonder
casual
how
conversation.
many...
amazed how many people.
Sorry, AIDzee?
You're amazed how many people. You would be amazed how many people don't understand the labels that they give themselves in terms of the alphabet sexuality. I had one girl in college who called herself a lesbian because she liked the way it sounded.
Yeah.
And she said, it's really weird. All these girls keep on hitting on me and I don't like it. And
I wonder why that's happening.
Face palming at this point, and I said, are you still calling yourself a lesbian? Yeah, I think it sounds really cool. Okay, darling, that's the word for a woman who has sexual intercourse with another woman exclusively. What, just the one? Maybe, but women only, not men ever. Oh, I only have sex with men. See, this is why the women think that it's okay to try and have the sex with you. But I don't like to have the sex with women. So what you've got to do is stop calling yourself a lesbian. But I like the way it sounds. Well, fuck, you enjoy yourself, darling.
Yeah.
It was just, and I made the short story, but it got circular very quickly. And bar night circular stories get really circular, and they go for a long time. Bar night starts at 7 p.m. and it ends at 2 a.m. sharp.
Yeah.
As the lights go on, music goes off, and everyone gets kicked out.
Maybe she was just from the island of Lesbos.
Yeah, she was
Yeah,
a native
true.
of the island of Lesbos.
Maybe.
Oh,
Maybe.
here he is.
That's the thing that could happen.
True.
So it's just like I'm remembering all these stories people get, like from periods in history of someone who never married,
Yeah.
but their best friend lived in the same house. Their best friend, who was the
Yep.
same gender as them,
Yep.
lived in the house with them, and they were close confidants their whole life. And you read an historian saying that, and you're going, "Fucking what, dude? Fucking what?"
Confirmed bachelors.
It's like
That was the
being
no,
noted
yeah.
in
That was the
history,
thing. It was
and Jacopo, his apprentice, that he took on at 14, when Leonardo was 24, and Jacopo stayed with him until he died when he was 84, and he left his entire estate to Jacopo and his ecumensis. His ecumensis got about a third of it, and Jacopo got 2/3 of his estate.
Yeah.
And if you think, well, 24 to 84 is 60 years. They were together 60 years.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
there's nothing gay going on there.
Very close confidant. So apparently some of the historians are pretty sure that Michelangelo was torturing himself all the time with his absolute obsession with naked male forms, and he couldn't openly admit. He's going, "No, it's art." It's like, dude, you are just like you semi-hard all day while you're working on that.
He was
gay as fuck.
a devout Catholic,
Yeah,
and would flog himself when he had impure thoughts. When they did the autopsy on his body, they had found welts, something like 5 centimeters high, where he'd gouged
from scar tissue. Yeah,
scar tissue out of his back, and so his back, and basically he never bathed, and he only took his shoes off once every 3 months. And his socks and boots would basically bond to his skin. And he'd have to take them off every 3 months, because otherwise insectae would start laying eggs in there. Because as soon as he started noticing the blood coming out, he'd peel his boots off and wash himself down. Let the first couple of layers of skin heal over his
Jesus.
But he was one smelly motherfucker.
Basically get a new set of boots made.
Yeah.
And he used to get his boots made so that they fit in between his toes, right? Like ninja socks.
Yeah.
They'd be all in between his toes, and he wouldn't have to wash, and he'd smell really bad.
Yeah,
and he thought it would help keep men away from him and not tempt him.
Probably
assumed that he died a virgin. And that he hated himself for it his entire life. Also, it is assumed that his hatred of his sexuality made him a poor draftsman as a painter. Da Vinci used to call his paintings of muscle structure a bag of walnuts. And if you look at D'Angelo's paintings, there is some really odd bumples going on.
Did Stephen Fry describe Arnold Schwarzenegger as a condom stuffed with walnuts?
That was Ben Elton. That was Ben Elton.
One of them,
Stephen Fry described himself as a condom full of yogurt.
Yeah.
Oh, no, sorry. My mistake. I fucked up. Stephen Fry described himself as a bin bag full of yogurt.
Bin bag full of yogurt. There you go.
Mm.
I love we're still going in the chat. The best
Oh,
bisexual.
Cynthia Nixon, yeah. Oh, I thought Cynthia Nixon was a lesbian.
I'm
or are
not
we
sure.
just going queers anyway?
Yeah, but there's
all
the
types of queer, but
Invisible Chickens come up with Jamila Jamil. She's a good one.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, no, she's very fluid. Aaron Carter, I didn't know he'd come out. Clapping Chlamydia agrees on Aaron Carter, but says he's a hot mess.
Oh, he's so messed up. It's so sad.
Yeah. And Anna Paquin, yes, she's a good one. Drew Barrymore. Yes.
Oh, Anna Paquin.
Yes, true. Yeah. Drew Barrymore's, but
Clapping Chlamydia is going historical again. Alexander the Great.
Alexander the Great.
Amber
was,
Heard.
Rampant bisexual.
Yeah.
He kept some of his best friends in his own tent his entire life. He kept his wives in his tent. He would come home and they'd be both sitting on the bed and he'd nod at one of them and the others would leave. Or he'd go, "You can all stay."
Yeah.
Depending on his day, you know.
Depends how you feel.
Today, sweetie? No, I think I'm just going to sleep. Did we win today? Did we fucking win? Bring some mates and some.
I'll be right back.
Fucking big one tonight. What was I going to also say? I can't remember a fucking name. What's Hermione Granger's real name?
Emma Watson.
Emma Watson.
Emma
I
Watson.
don't think she's
When was it okay to start liking Emma Watson? The moment she turned 18 or a bit later?
Had a countdown clock, so.
I saw the countdown clock and I thought, that's tacky. But I did have...
Yeah, it's fucking gross.
You never watched the same age. I had a crush on her since I was 11.
Oh, shush.
The first one of those countdowns I saw was actually for the twins from Full House.
The Olsen.
Mary-Kate.
The Olsen. Some freako had an Olsen's legal. And it's just like, dude, why don't you just march up to the jail now and just say, seriously, you haven't caught me yet, but you will one day, so just lock me up now.
Yeah.
But I mean, is it just me, or does anyone look at the Olsens and go, ooh, something went a little awry there?
Yeah, something weird happened in the twins.
Yeah, it just didn't work out for
Yeah.
I mean, it's not this is exactly the same. I look at him and go,
Jesus.
It didn't quite happen for you. Cute as a kid, sure. It didn't quite work for you in your 20s. It didn't quite go off. And,
I think they both suffered quite terribly from various eating disorders brought on by the Hollywood complex. And that didn't help the situation at all. And I would be very surprised if at least Mary-Kate is still deep in a proper eating disorder.
Yeah.
Do you really ever get out of those?
Because they were
really.
They were pretty much forced to be stars when they were they were literally babies.
They were literally babies. Yeah.
Yeah.
Public eye from babies onwards. That's going to fuck you up. The fact that they're just remotely functional humans is a tribute to, honestly. I mean, yes, something's not quite right with them, but given what they went through, they're fucking champions, quite honestly. Sorry, it's
anyway.
Their folks apparently manage their money really, really well. You know how they've got to keep a quarter of it in trust for the kid, and they're not allowed to touch it. But apparently the folks took the 3/4 of the money and actually invested it really, really well.
Yeah.
And by the time they grew up, they didn't have to go from child star to adult star. They could go from child star to trust fund kitty for the rest of their fucking great grandchildren's lives. Apparently, they are fucking obscenely rich.
Yeah, they're pretty
from
rich.
one TV show. Just because they're folks. I don't know if they got in the top of a Ponzi scheme or what, but they just did really, really good. Apparently the folks did just fine out of it too. Thank you very much. And so as a result, your Olsen twins have never actually had to work since they were children, and they
do.
Yeah.
They have businesses, fashion and perfume. They made a whole bunch of movies.
Yeah,
you're right.
It's
being managed. Whenever I think of the child stars, I remember there's an episode of The Simpsons where Lisa had an orphan she sponsored. He's from South America, and she lost contact with him, and she tried to track him down, and it turns out that he's been working on a TV show that's really popular in Brazil, and when she finally finds him and he says, no, actually, I'm really well off. He goes, I was on this show for years. I made more money than Malcolm in the Middle. And because I'm an orphan, my money remains unspent. Because he didn't have parents to blow all his money, he still got it.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
no, he got fucked over real bad.
Yeah.
Britney Spears.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Have you heard about her? Like she has
Free Britney.
She has no. Yeah, exactly. The conservatorship. She has no control over her money or like what she does.
She can't even decide whether or not she
up.
can buy a coffee, like go and get a coffee at Starbucks by herself.
Now that is fucked.
Yeah, apparently she's got out from under her dad now, like as a transition to her getting control back. Her sister is her conservator now. Like it's improving. She's been fighting it for years.
That's something, but
that's something. Yeah.
It's
a mate of a mate came from a very wealthy family, and his folks died when he was quite young, and he was in line for something in the order of, frankly, $1 billion Australian dollars, and was floating through life until he was 26 when he could pick it up. And he turned 26 and he found out that his trustees had blown the lot.
Oh, God damn.
He was given checked for $3,000 on his 26th birthday.
God damn.
The asshole fell out of his world because he'd been making all of these deals based on the fact that he would be mega wealthy within months. And it all fell apart. And he had skills. I mean, he'd educated himself. He had jobs because he had to live. But he was really very much looking forward to going forward with the projects that he had going. And so then he went through the process of going back to the trustee board and going, why was my trustee allowed to spend all this money without any say so from me whatsoever, which was in the deal. And then they said, well, your trustee wasn't allowed to spend any money, and they've embezzled all the money, and we'll find out on what on and make sure you get it back. And they found out what it was on. It was on gambling, a house and a Mercedes. So of the $1 billion, he got a 8-year-old Mercedes and a house worth $250,000. Yep.
Damn.
I would be furious.
So,
what he did then, and this is kind of clever, he basically set up because this was the thing that I thought was interesting. The trustee used one gambling house to place all his bets, and by law, the gambling house over a certain amount is supposed to ask you where you're getting your money from, and the trustee said, "I'm getting it from this trust." And the gambling house is supposed to have gone, how much authority do you have over that trust? Because you are spending, you're doing $1,000 bets on 15, 20 horses in a race. That's in one race. And you're doing that all day, every day. So they're supposed to have gone into that. And it looks like the gambling house could be up for the lot. Apparently we'll know early next year, but it looks like the gambling house is going to have to cough. And I would love the idea of of one of those big gambling institutions to actually have to shave 5% off the top of their profits and give $1 billion back.
That'd be good.
Laugh a lot.
Yeah.
But the other thing I was going to say about child stars is, who was the child star from Third Rock from the Sun?
Oh,
Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
it was Joseph Gordon-Levitt. Yeah.
Okay, because his transition from child
He's
star
done
to
well.
adult star was almost fucking seamless.
Well, he wasn't that young.
And
He was
the
young,
He was like a teenager.
The thing that really cemented it for me was a movie called Brick. If you ever get a chance, or fucking look it up, get a movie called Brick and watch it. It is fucking awesome. It is one of the best fucking movies I've seen in a long time. It was one of the best performances Gordon-Levitt turned in, and it was really clever. Imagine a hard-boiled detective story in a high school, yeah, and that's what you've got, and they do it really well. So, as for who's bi and who's not, you know. If you want to, you can do your Kinsey scale, and you know, you're a 6 or a 1, or a 6 or a 0, and somewhere on that spectrum, you're either all of one or all of nothing, or halfway in the middle. And even now they're saying the Kinsey scale doesn't quite go far enough. Because there's it's rather than a ramp, it should be more like a Gaussian curve, like a bell shaped thing, you know, with the point at the top. And there's very few people right in the middle, and as you come down the sides, it's easy to slip down the slippery dip, and harder to stay on the slip of the slippery dip. It's not like a traditional distribution curve. It's like you know, it's like a upside down chain or an upside down arch. But that's always fascinated me. I think, look, if it comes down to it, my favourite bisexual is Deadpool.
Nice call.
He and me.
So what?
Like that.
What have you just made, Angry?
So doesn't it look pretty? Look at that little thing. This is
very gorgeous.
This is from the live stream Kirsten and I were watching earlier tonight, an aperitiki drink, which they give the convoluted name of White Negroni Pina Colada. So it's got mezcal, which is the dominant thing, which is the smoky cousin of tequila, for those who don't know. They say half an ounce of Suze, which is a gentian liqueur. I've used the Australian Okar Gold as a substitute. Coconut liqueur, lemon juice, pineapple juice, simple syrup, and it's bitters on the top to give that colour on it. Now I've got to taste test it. So,
yeah,
Henry
I thought I saw that.
pre-recorded that because he is on a plane.
Yeah, how cheeky was that?
So cheeky.
We were all wondering why he's ignoring the chat, and then he suddenly drops into chat to say he's in Darwin, and it was like, and it was a pre-recorded video. Normally, it's a live stream. We were all freaking flummoxed. Hey, now we're on the subject of
So
booze.
cheeky.
Kirsten.
Speaking of Star Wars.
Speaking of Star Wars, I noticed I'm almost out of Okar Gold, and I was going to get some more. And I thought I was going to get one of their gins as well, just to make the postage worth it. Do you reckon?
Exactly.
I was torn between the Coral gin and their new limited edition one, the Muntry one. Which one do you reckon I should get, the Coral gin or the Muntry?
I was very lucky to taste some of the Coral gin not long ago. And I thought that was pretty great. But the limited edition ones are so good and so limited.
Yeah. Because Coral is part of their permanent collection, so
yeah.
I can always get it later.
I think the problem is because they put out a new limited edition every single month, like, you couldn't keep up. There are like diehard Applewood fans who definitely get 2 bottles a month, which I think is wild.
Yeah, because I did actually get finger lime.
Muntries is not one of my favorite flavors, so I'm kind of not the best person to ask about Muntries.
Yeah, no, because I wasn't sold on Muntries either. I didn't I wanted to get finger lime when they announced that, and I got it. But Muntries, I wasn't. Muntries is like
I got
Australian.
Condong. I'm so excited about my Condong.
Nice.
Because people rave about that. Yeah.
The other one I found today, I got mailing, the 23rd Street Distillery. They're doing a promo saying it's their birthday, and for 23 hours everything's 23% off, which is quite a saving. They have the purple gin, the color changing purple gin. I was really tempted to get that.
To be honest, you would be better off to buy some butterfly pea extract, which comes in a dropper that you can put into any gin, than a particular color changing gin. I'm not mad about you supporting 23rd Street. I just cannot stand ink gin. But that's sort of a personal thing. I once had a very poor experience with them at a gin expo.
Yep.
So, my husband and I, we know a few things about gin. And we went up to the stand.
Spill your guts about the poor experience. Well, I
was about to, but you interrupted me. So we went up to their stand and we were like, okay, cool. So tell us tell us about the ink gin. Like, where's it made? What's it made of? Blah, blah, blah. And the girl's like, it changes color. We're like, yeah, we know that. Cool. She's like, it's got botanicals. And we were like, okay,
so
which botanicals? Botanicals! Says this manic young lady.
Which
we were
one?
just like, okay, is there juniper in there? Maybe.
Oof.
Okay, we're done.
Oof.
We're done.
Just no juniper.
Maybe they'd left the girlfriend there while they went for a piss.
No, it's probably a model.
We at the store while we're gone. We're just going
something like that. Anyway, that was our experience at an ink gin tasting.
Yeah.
So everybody who's like, have you heard about this ink gin? And we're just like,
so
we try not to say mean things about it in public.
Something I've heard
It's
of.
got botanicals. Yeah, which ones?
She sounds like she sells.
We're like orris root, coriander, anything. Like, come on.
MLM scheme.
AIDzee,
what were you going to say?
The colour changing gins. What's that about? I've not heard that before.
Kirsten.
So butterfly pea extract or butterfly pea flower reacts to the pH in tonic or lemon juice and changes color. So the gin itself is color stable. It's blue. But when you add an acid or an acidic mixer, then you get the color change.
Nice.
Which is cool.
Right.
But there are a ton. So ink gin is the most well-known butterfly pea gin in Australia, but there are a ton of places who are also doing it. McHenry's distillery in Tasmania do a really nice butterfly pea gin. So if you're looking for purple gin, and it's really just a party trick, like I think Wild Hibiscus Company do a butterfly pea extract, because the butterfly pea doesn't actually add any flavor to the gin. It very much just changes the color. And so you can either infuse dried butterfly pea into a gin and then get it to change color, or you can just buy the extract in a dropper. I'm sure Only Bitters would have it as well.
It's literally what I'm looking up at the moment.
So, that's my thoughts on butterfly pea gin.
Yes, they do. They absolutely do. Butterfly pea flower extract. Looks like I'm shopping at Only Bitters.
Can you
Clapping for chlamydia? I think the most queer thing about me is my ability to eat pussy.
That's a good credential. That is a very good credential.
Yeah.
Queerest thing about me,
Anyone else?
my flamboyant nature, I guess. Not again, it doesn't really go into my sexuality, which is really cishet, but I tend to upset homophobes with my behaviour. So that's probably the queerest thing about me, that I can upset homophobes just by existing.
Queerest thing about me.
I really enjoy it when you do people. Tell me, with this changing colour gin, you can get it to go purple. Can you get it to go back another way? Go blue, but can you go?
No. See,
it
it's basically
goes between purple and pink.
It's basically a
That's
pH.
why everybody assumes I like it.
Yeah. So normally when you get it in a bottle, it's a very attractive purple color. If you add tonic water to it, like you're having a gin and tonic, it will change color. If you put lemon juice in, like say you're making some sort of gin drink that has lemon juice in it, it will change to another color. And it's actually pretty dramatic. The color change is pretty dramatic. Like from
it's really cool
purple to a very bright pink. You're not just diluting the color.
It's not purple, it's more blue. It's literally blue.
Yeah.
So if you look at a butterfly pea gin in its ginness, it's blue.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool. Pretty cool.
Yeah. But yeah, the Bitters Lab do sell the extract. So they also sell the ink gin, but we've already declared them to be haram, so we won't be getting that.
I saw one.
Don't let me influence your gin buying thing. Do whatever you want, but that's just my opinion.
No, but I don't know a goddamn thing about gin, so I'm always going to ask you. So.
I was at college, and this nice woman, when I was watching film lectures, which went for 4 hours. The film went for an hour and a half, maybe hour 3/4, and then the guy would speak for the rest of the 4 hours non-stop. And he would let us have a smoke break at the end of the film, and I would bolt over to the bar and ask the nice bar lady there to mix me up 6 tequila sunrises, and I would slam these down as fast as I could, and then I would smoke 4 cigarettes and then be ready for the rest of the lecture. And I used to listen to, because I was trying to train myself to be more human, and I would listen to every single fucking word he said and make sense of it. I wouldn't just wander off. I just listen, concentrate. And it used to hurt my head. And at the end of it, I'd come out of there shattered. But remembering the film lecture, I used to get A's in film all the time because the essays made sense. However, one time, and she used to say, "Oh, when's your birthday?" And one time it was my birthday, and she said, "Oh, okay, I'll mix you one special one," and she sort of did it behind the bar, and she said, "I'll do it in front of you, but I've got to do that in the right proportions." And she mixed different things, right? Now, they had to be different densities, had to be, because you get layers. And then she stirred it, and there was a multicolored spiral in the glass. And she said, drink it down before the kaleidoscope stops. And I did, and was unable to think about the film lecture for the rest of the night. I was, however, on 3 Eckies and half a line of Coke.
Yeah.
That'll just about do it.
Yeah.
That'll make you happy. That'll make you happy. Yeah.
I was shattered. And I got told to be shush a couple of times because my inner monologue was becoming an outer monologue. And I wasn't being rude. I was just saying, oh, I see. So that would relate to this bisexuality. Yes, of course. And of course, that wasn't allowed back then. And he was in the Air Force and went Mach 3 and made a big deal out of it in the doco. And people were going, AIDzee. And even Professor King, he's dead now, so he's not gonna hurt him. Would say, AIDzee, I've got this, mate. And he'd never call anyone mate. But that particular night, I said, yeah, I've got this one, mate. And I just have to keep on remembering you talking out loud, mate. Shut up. And a girlfriend of mine, a friend who was a girl, was next to me and said, AIDzee, why are you talking out loud? And I said, well, it's like this. It's my birthday. I've taken 4 lines of Coke, 4 Eckies, 2 pills of, I think they were either morphine or heroin, I'm not sure. And
it's my party and I'll roll if I wanna.
And I am fucked. And she said, all right, you are being quite labial. And I said, I'm being offensive. She said, no, not at all. But next time you speak or go to speak, I'm going to dig you in the ribs. And I went, thank you. And
AIDzee,
so
how are you still here?
along we went, and I was looking at the pretty colours. Because all the lights had these beautiful rainbows around them. And I was just going, oh, even the lecturer doesn't look like this blob of jelly with his fly open, talking about Lilling and Gish. And basically, I was just having a fucking great time.
Great time.
And then I'd pop it back into his conversation and go, oh, right. For some reason, I'd pop back into the conversation and have remembered everything he'd said. And then
your brain was buffering. You weren't paying attention, but everything buffered in your brain. It'd snap out, and the buffer would release and fill you with knowledge.
Here you go. And I went, oh yeah, and that would make sense with and so that was how I was joining it all together. And then I was about to go, oh, and that, and I went, oh, and got a dig in the ribs, and I went, she just hit me in the ribs. I'm not snoring, am I? And then I turned over to her and I said, am I snoring? And she said, no, that's our signal for shut up.
Shut up.
Right, thank you.
Do you speaking of adventures at uni, do you remember young Damien? He was a bit of a wild card. We were going into a rehearsal. It was like going to be a 4-hour session. And right at the start, he just did this to be like, we're best mates. And I'm going, what's that about? And then he just poked his tongue out at me. Went, and there was an acid tab on the tip of his tongue. And I was just like, Don't talk to me, man. You're taking that hit at the start of a 4-hour rehearsal session.
You are shocked. He was
You're
such
trying
an
to rope
asshole.
me into your madness, and I'm not going to be held responsible.
He was such a dick. He was one of the progenitors of pouring shit on the first years.
Yeah.
And he fucking loved it. He made life so fucking hard for us.
He was a prick.
He was a prick. And he just was this, he was so full of how good an actor he was. And he was a good actor.
He wasn't bad.
But he wasn't a great actor. Right?
Oh, I just noticed clapping for chlamydia's
Sorry.
complimenting hair.
Just being a show off. Sorry.
Wanting to compete with nobody in the beautiful hair stakes.
I
But
do.
look, we've got Fox, we've got Queen.
Very.
AIDzee and I are the only ones with short nowhere hair. Everyone else has beautiful majestic hair.
I don't know.
My hair's going to be shorter too.
This is the longest
hard work.
my hair's been in literal decades. I have not.
I mean,
had my hair
me too. Like,
Charlie, you do have pretty amazing hair.
Yeah.
It is
Yes.
pretty good.
I
My
I
hair's
don't think
just
I've had
neon.
it this.
I
don't-
think Charlie and Kirst
That-
are in the run.
Kirst,
No,
your
I've
hair
had
is
it.
pretty special too. That's pretty cool. Your hair.
Like I don't know if I've had it this long and this thick in a long time. Like I've most of the time I'll shave most of it off because it's such a fucking pain. Or I'll just keep it short. But yeah, like it is a lion's mane. Like
Yeah, the way you're framing it at the moment, you're making
yeah.
me feel like you're
I
a
mean,
Star
like I can.
You're a Star Trek character at the moment. It's
Yeah,
you just need to put some forehead wrinkles on you, and
Yeah.
you'd be
One
a
of
new
the things I
Star
do-
Trek.
I would love to be a
Take out the hair
Klingon.
on the back of my head.
Oh, there you go. Nice.
Let's
I had to
Let's,
once
disperse a
wear
bit of
my
heat.
hair.
But I ain't angry. You know the struggle of Scottish hair.
Yes.
It's
Yes. Absolutely.
that's where I got my texture from.
Yeah.
My Scottish
Yeah.
side.
Yeah. Yeah. It's not. You are definitely
It's very thick.
wavy hair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like if you grew your hair out this long,
Oh yeah.
It
My hair
would-
goes super curly if it's long. I've grown it
Yeah.
out probably 2 times in my
it's
life.
like
Once when we were at uni actually, and it like the longest I grew it when it was wet, it was right down to the middle of my back. But when it was dry, it just sat around my collar because it just curled. It just curled up around here.
Annette.
yeah,
Annette,
the
that would
yeah.
be awesome.
And
Yeah.
that I think
And
is
so, like,
also
if it
having
was-
a drink or two at home, has done all caps. I want a Scottish castle, which is a nice sort of song queen. That's it. Look, actually, I wanted to just say to you guys when I was talking about getting that butterfly pea extract, so I can just make drinks go pink and purple and whatnot. I thought, okay, I've got to buy more than one thing from the Bitters Lab. First, to make the postage worth it, and second, because they're awesome people. So, throw a few dollars. And as the mantra that Kirsten has taught us all, if you're buying stuff
Not
from local
alcoholism,
producers, supporting
small
local
business.
Yeah. So, got to buy a couple
What
of
are
things.
you?
And I was looking at the stuff they had, and in their spirits, there were 2 that caught my eye. They had a spiced coconut rum and a pineapple rum. And I thought, I've always been interested in that pineapple rum they stock. Which one will I get? But I swear to God, listen to this description of spiced coconut rum. It's like Elise Goodwin. She won a competition. She received the opportunity to work with Rum Diary to create her own small batch spiced rum. So they used activated charcoal to remove the color from the aged rum, blended 3 different coconut macerations with cacao nibs and Australian native wattle seed to complement and lift the coconut profile. I have to get that. I have to get that.
You do.
Yeah.
Is that Rum Diary spiced?
Yeah, that's Rum Diary spiced coconut rum. Yeah.
It's incredible. Incredible. I don't like coconut, and that is the shit.
I was torn between that and the pineapple, and I read the description of the coconut one, and I went, oh my God, I have got to get that. Ooh,
Can I?
Nettie.
Hi, Nettie.
Nettie, how are you?
I'm here.
Yes, you're here.
Hey, Nettie, how are you?
Can I just say, with
is
regard
what
to everything that AIDzee has been through, AIDzee, how the fuck are you still here? I mean, we're glad you are.
But, you mean still alive or still?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Still alive, that's the question.
I mean, I'm glad you are, but I'm just curious.
Okay. Most of it's queued.
Most of it's chewed.
Um,
Yes, excellent.
And
Oh,
what
sorry.
you tend to find,
Oh,
what you tend to find is people
okay,
give up.
Nettie.
Okay. Now, the reason that Angry says every now and again we're going on an excursion, because every now and again we go on an excursion in his car with the GoPro, and we
Yes.
go around the streets and we comment on people on the street. Windows up, they can't hear us, but we comment fairly harshly often on people on the street.
Sounds like my kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like, how much of a Jufro do you need, big fellow? Was one of our more harsh ones. And he had an uppercut right on the top of his Jufro. How do you fucking pin it there in the morning? Do you bend down? Do you have like a camera? Anyway, so every now and again he'll say, we're going on an excursion, and I'll go, yay! And then he'll drive me to a fucking hospital and say, get out. You're going to tell them about this, and this symptom. And I'll go in and I'll tell them about this, and this symptom going. They'll say, go away. And they don't. And they usually make me go straight in, which is a bad sign. And then they'll do something. I went in once. You won't believe this. I went in once with 2 boils, and I was embarrassed because one of them was in my ear, and it was just stupid. And I had a tissue on it because it had started to leak. Ew. And I had one on my back, and I couldn't quite get at it. And I've gone in and I said, look, this is something I've asked my GP to deal with, but he won't. He said I've had to come to the hospital for a cut and scrape. They said, all right, well, let's have a look. And I've opened up the one on my ear, and they've gone, oh, that's not okay. Come into the back room and we'll have a look at the one on your back. And they've had to look at the one on the back, and they've gone, oh, that's not okay either. And they said there may be a little wait because we've had a 6-car pile up. And I've gone, I understand. And I was there 6 hours, and the one when you get a boil and it started to itch, or it starts to be like a jumping bean inside it, it's about to blow up. And the one in the ear was doing the jumping bean thing, and I said, look, can I have like a big wad of towels, because this is about to blow up. I don't want to be rude or anything, I just don't want to make a mess. And they said, yeah, sure. Gave me a big wad of towels, handed it over. Boom. And I've gone, ah! Tried to catch it, and they've gone,
I'm sorry.
we'll get the mop for that. And then they've taken me the one to the one for the back.
Excuse me.
And they said, wow, that's 5 centimeters high. We'll just have a look at what's going on. And this doctor, who thank Christ was gowned up, sort of was moving it around, and it blew up all over him. And one of the nurses snickered, and he said, that'll be going on your report, young miss. And he said, that doesn't smell. And I said, that's a good thing. He said, no, that's a very bad thing. That's a very bad thing indeed. And so he's pushed on it. More nastiness has come out.
Look at this naughty boy.
And then a tail piece of nastiness has come out and he's gone, oh, that's very bad. Okay, prep him. And I've gone straight into the OR, and they've cut a cancer out of my back near my spine, which was about to metastasize and go through my body.
Shit.
And it just so happened that this thing had caused another cell to block off and infect a skin cell, which had caused this boil. It had all joined up, and most of it had blown up out of there. It had also caused the ear one, which they scraped out, and they kept me in hospital for a week. So a lot of it's luck, but a lot of it's huge, because what happens is you see people and they give up, you know? You see people, they'll be doing something on the computer and they won't understand it. And they'll be working hard and hard and hard and hard, and they will go, oh, fuck it, I don't care. I'll get IT to do it in the morning. Or I'll ask my friend in the morning, or I'll do something else. Or they'll go back and read the help file again and go, I've missed something. And then one day they'll find it. Or, you know, one time they'll find it and they'll go, oh, there was a thing with my internet banking on my phone and it said, you've got to do this, 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 and this. And I go, I fucking tried this, but I can't find it. And in my frustration, I moved my thumb and it was actually hiding above the screen. Not below it, but above the screen. And down it came. I had a menu. I could do it. It was easy. So basically, you've got to have the tude to keep going. One of the things that will happen to you is that they'll put you under the knife and they'll put you under a general anaesthetic. And you have to be able to go to yourself, I am going to wake up in with a tube down my throat going, it's going to be okay. You have to be able to go, I am going to keep going until I've finished this. Because most people will give up. I'm in a lot of pain all the time. And one of the things that theatre taught me was you conceal most of the stuff that is going on in your world from the people around you. You conceal it. And I conceal a lot. And I also got taught to walk normally. My feet, my ankles, and my knees and my hands hurt. But I got taught to walk normally. Shit. Don't walk with a limp. Or you'll get that limp in your system. You'll walk like all your life.
Yep.
Walk
Sorry,
tall.
Charlie, what were you saying?
Sorry, Nettie's dog sneezed, and then my dog, and then Ludo sneezed. They sneezed at the same time. It's amazing.
And Nettie's dog also appears to be wearing a unicorn costume.
Yes.
Which is pretty cool. Oh, look, I'm crestful and confused and whatnot because, see, Kirsten, the only bitters is out of stock of the butterfly pea.
Oh, no.
So now I've got to decide if I want to take advantage of the sale from 23rd Street and get the gin.
I was just looking at their butterfly pea gin.
Yeah.
Might be okay. And it's only 61 for a full 700 mils.
I think it's sold out. Yeah. It was
The large
in stock
size.
Well, that fucks that idea off anyway. So
Hey, nobody.
Let me see if I can find the
Yes, AIDzee.
butterfly pea extract direct place.
Do you
Right.
do any push-ups?
Do I do what? Sorry.
Push-ups. You know, push-ups.
On occasion, usually on ad
Okay.
breaks and things
How
like
many
that.
do you usually get through? Like how many reps usually?
Yeah, not that many. Probably maybe 10.
Maybe 10. Okay. Next time you do any 10 push-ups, and you know you start to hurt, do 11, then do 12, and then when you can't do 13, do 13. Right? When you can't do the next one, when you absolutely can't do the next one, because when you get cancer or a long-term nasty disease or something like that, there's a point to where your body brain says enough, no more, it's too much. There is it's no more, stop. And
no
as
more
soon as you do
exercise
that,
or no more
you
cancer.
die.
No more exercise.
And then
No more exercise, no more cancer, no more life.
basically what
I think AIDzee's saying your body reaches a point where it just says, "I'm not taking any more punishment."
Yeah.
well, actually it's not your body, it's your brain.
Well,
Your body will keep going till it breaks. This is what I was talking about with going on excursions with Angry, because I will keep going till I break, and Angry doesn't let me break. He'll let me bend, but he won't let me break, because then I've got to spend months and months and months in hospital, and it's all very inefficient. And it takes months to recover, and I'm in the recovery phase at the moment after another break. So if you can push yourself to break, you can push yourself to survive. And you can push yourself to survive anything. It's, you know, sometimes they can get lucky and they can shoot you in the eye and you're fucked. But most of the time when they shoot you, it hurts a lot, but it won't actually kill you. It will suck, and left untreated, it'll kill you. But if you decide, no, not today, I'm not going to just fucking die today, but this hurts too much, I can't handle this. This is way too much. The thing is to go, well, I don't have to handle it all. I only have to handle the taping up of the wound. Now I only have to handle getting up. Now I only have to handle walking over to that rock. Now I only have to handle walking over to that bus stop. Now I only have to handle sitting down at the bus station, stop.
Yeah. You're talking about
Now
breaking it
I
up
have to
into
handle
tasks.
playing with my phone so I don't go to sleep and lose consciousness. Now I only have to handle hailing the bus, getting on the bus, finding a seat. You do one piece at a time when you can't do it anymore. Just do the next piece, just do the next piece, just do the next piece. And when you absolutely can't do it, do it. Your body will let you know when you can't do it anymore, because it will shut you down. But you can teach your body not to shut you down. You can teach yourself to operate with broken limbs. You can teach yourself to operate with I've had bone on bone hand joints and ankle joints for 20 years, and that hurts, but it's all I've got, so I've got to keep going.
And it's also bedtime, so I'm going to say I do notice Stella evoking the Game of Thrones essentially said that message, AIDzee. What do we say to the god of death? Not today.
Not today.
Not today.
So, all you fabulous people,
One of my
Not
other
today,
favourites of that
Satan.
was today's a good day to die.
Ludo,
The day is
Ludo,
not yet
speak.
over.
Ludo, speak.
bye, Ludo. Bye,
Bye,
everyone.
Ludo. Bye, Charlie.